We're in SOLIDWORKS 2015, Chapter 7, page 7-10. We're going to take on the Spur gear. I've created a new document. It's ANSI standards, 3 decimal places. I'm going to make a sketch on the front plane. Start by putting a center line from the origin. We'll go up a little ways. Okay, we want to use the dynamic mirror tool. I've got it set to search commands here, and if we want, we can just type in dynamic mirror and launch that. Okay, we're going to create a sketch and grab the line tool. Notice that the shape at the bottom of 711 starts off the origin, so I want to begin up here, come out a little ways, and go up, come in a little bit, up again, out, up, and we'll bring it back to the center line. We need to add some dimensions to this, but before we add some dimensions, we're going to add some geometric relations and make sure that we don't have some relations that we don't want. So to start, I'm going to select, let me hit the escape tool, get out of that command. I'm going to hold Control and select this line and ensure that they are collinear. Alright. We want to select the 3 lines that are angled and make them equal. So these will all be equal length. And we want to delete any parallel relationships that might exist between some of these lines. So I'm going to select, nope, we want to leave that equal there. This parallel, notice that it's highlighting on the opposite side. We're going to select that guy and hit delete, and I think we're clean, good to go. We can always make some changes later on. They want to add a center line that we're going to use for our revolve down here. It's on the bottom of page 712. We're on to 713. We're going to add in these dimensions. Grab my dimension tool. Can start out with our width dimensions. Inch and a quarter and an inch. Okay, our distance off the center line. Oops. Grab my dimension tool again. He's got a radius there. That's just for reference. I'm going to put in 0.5. Distance to the first little chamfer there. Let me move this out of the way. Is 1 inch. Okay. Distance to top of the upper chamfer is 2.5, and overall to the top is 3. Oops, made a mistake. That dimension was supposed to be off this axis of rotation here. So let's add that guy again from the bottom to the top. Is 3. Okay. So that doesn't look quite right. We'll see what we need to do to clean that up. So this needs to come down in here. And these are all equal. That is correct. Let me double check my measurements. Half, 1 inch to here. I think once we add our angle dimensions, things should start getting cleaned up. So we need a dimension from here to here of 135. All right, that looks good. And then we need a dimension up here of 30, and things should turn black. That looks good. Moving on to page, we're on the bottom of page 713. We're going to revolve this so we can exit our sketch. Select revolve, one direction, 360 degrees. I think we need an axis of rotation, and we're good to go there. Moving on to 714, we're going to create a sketch on the edge of this gear. So we're going to select this surface and create a new sketch. Going to look perpendicular to that sketch. Start off with the center line from the origin. We're going to activate the dynamic mirror again. I'm going to sketch this profile on 715. So start with a line here. Come out. Add an arc. Something like that. All right, and then we need to convert the entities that is this circle here. So we're going to go to convert entities. Select that edge. Okay. Notice we get a black line that goes all the way around that represents the edge of our gear. We're going to trim that out in just a moment. Select our trim tool, and I'm going to trim to the closest, and I'm going to get this. That goes away. We're left with the black line in the middle here. That might be a little confusing to follow on the top of 716, but that's really all there is to it. We got to add some dimensions now for the shape of our notch here. The radius on these is going to be 0.75. Oop, didn't like that. Let me undo that. See if I can add some other dimensions first. Let's add our width dimension of 0.225. .225. Our distance from the center is going to be 2.625, and width at the top is 5.15. I'm going to go from this point to this point. Oop. 0.515. And now we can, see if we can change that radius value and have it look right this time. 0.75. There we go. Alright, don't be alarmed by the gap there. That's just your graphics card and the settings on the rendering so that it doesn't take a lot of memory to regenerate. Okay, I think that looks correct. And we're going to go exit this sketch and do an extruded cut. And we're going to select the option of through all. Hit OK. Go to our circular pattern tool, hiding under linear pattern here. You can always type it in the command prompt if you can't find where these are. Okay. Now the author's telling us to look for a temporary axis from the view pull down. Let's see what that looks like. Temporary axis right there. Okay. We've got our circular pattern. Click on that for our axis. Equal spacing is checked. We're going to set the total degrees to 360 and number of spaces to 24. Just going to click in here and get a preview of what it's going to look like. That looks good. All right. That is correct. I'm going to add a keyway now, so we're going to grab our sketch tool. We can select this, actually this surface. Put a sketch. We're going to go normal 2. And once again, we're going to create a center line with the dynamic mirror. I should set that as a standard tool. So this notch is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. We got to convert some entities and draw a couple lines here. So we draw a vertical line. Horizontal line. Okay, put a dimension on that, 1/4 of an inch, and looks like it's 5/8, 0.625 from the center. And now we need to convert entities. I don't think he tells you that, but you're going to use that previous command. You're going to select this circle, convert those entities, and then go ahead and come in and trim them out again, just keeping the part that you need right in there. And now we can exit that sketch and do another extruded cut through all. Alright, looks good. So we're going to go to File, Save As. Do I have a folder in this? I'm going to make a new folder here. And this is last name, first initial, chapter 7, Spur gear. That's it.